another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. Hello. What's going on? What's going on to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers, honey? What's your tea? What's your tea, darlings? It's another glorious day, and I hope you have all of your crumpets together because, darling, it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's going on? What is going on in your worlds, my darlings? Listen, hold on, because I don't know why this camera's looking a little out of focus to me, and it won't adjust. You know, have y'all ever gone into your phones and everything and tried to adjust your cameras? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's why. Hold on. No. Okay. No. Hold on. Okay. Maybe that's it. Okay. We have to change the definition, child. Okay. Yeah, we had to change the definition. So let's see. Is that better? Let me look at it and see. That's a little better. What you think? Okay. There we go. What's going on, everyone, honey? It is another glorious day, and I know you have your crumpets, darling, and we're going to get into it. Today it was a passive day for me today. You know, I was thankful that I was in it, but, and a lot to see it and carry it on. However, my highlight of the day is one of the topics that we're going to have on the show this evening. How many of you guys have already seen the new Tyler Perry movie that's on Netflix called JAZZMAN'S Blues, or JAZZMAN'S Blues? Huh? Did y'all see it yet? Have you watched it yet? Well, honey, if you haven't today, I'm gonna try not to give away spoilers, but don't hold me to no promises, honey, because when I get to talking about it, honey, yeah, okay. But if you have not seen the movie yet, honey, I'm telling you, it is a must-see. You guys must see this. This is a good piece of cinema, honey. We haven't seen anything like this from Tyler in a long time. Okay, in a long time. And this goes up, this here goes up with The Family That Prays, and For Colored Girls. And For Colored Girls wasn't his work. That wasn't one of his original pieces. He directed it. Added a couple things to it, but he directed that, right? When the Family That Prays, that was his. He directed that. He wrote that and carried on. This particular one, JAZZMAN'S Blues, baby, he wrote this, but I also understand that there was somebody else on this with him. He had a partner with him with this, because over time, you know, he has been sitting on this script for better than 10 years. Okay, I think he said it was like 20 years that he's been wanting to do this particular script. So over time, he's had time to perfect it. You know, a lot of the stuff that we know him to do hasn't been perfected. And what I mean is, you know, he writes some of the scripts and carrying on and bump them out and bump them out and bump them out. And because he has his own facility, you know, he gets it going. This particular movie took forever because he couldn't get it greenlit and carrying on, you know. And then I heard him say in an interview that I think he was on The View when he said this, that over the years of building his career, you know, he had to do stuff to get his audience together, you know, to get his diehards together. He had to stick to a formula that was more business driven. So everything that he did was intentional so that he could create his audience. This is how come you know, when you see his formula, you know what his formula is, right? And that's why a lot of you who think that his stuff is predictable, well, he's following the formula, okay? And the formula is, you know, it's very direct and it's very specific, okay? This particular movie, though there's some Tylerisms in it, you know, and what I mean by that is when you know his work, honey, you know Tyler is really in love with the strong Black woman character, okay? Everything about the strong Black woman, and she loves a woman who stands up to a man, okay? So in this particular picture, the matriarch of the family, honey, she's not to be played with, honey. She is not to be fucked with at all. At the same time, I'm looking at the period that this piece was in. Okay, you're talking about the 1940s and carrying on, and I was a little put off because I'm like, honey, in the 40s, women were strong and carrying on, but the way how she was standing up to her husband was a little bit, you know, that Tyler shit that he likes to do, okay? And looking at it from a director's eye, I'm like, oh, okay. In this particular movie, we're dealing with the idea of colorism, okay? Those who are, you know, very light-skinned and passing, you know, and carrying on. This movie deals with the effects of falling in love with the wrong dude. You fell in love with the dude, but your mama snatched you so that you could have a better life. Another one of those Tyler Perry isms, okay, that he loves to put in his movies. Okay. But the movie is absolutely exquisite. Okay. Absolutely exquisite. In this, we're still dealing with, you know, Tyler. Let me say this too. I want to go on board and say this. I think this is one of the first times that y'all, excuse me, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But to my knowledge and recollection, this is the first time that we have a dark-skinned Black man as the hero, okay? Because usually when he deals with, you know, the whole light-skinned, dark-skinned thing, honey, the dark children are usually the ones who always have the problems, or always the ones who end up being the snake in the grass and this, that, and the other, you know? This particular time, the dark-skinned Black man, honey, is the favorite, okay? We want him to win. We want him to prosper, you know what I mean? And I think, to my recollection, I think this is the first time that we see this in a Tyler piece. Okay. So that's really cute. The singing in here, honey. Now, y'all remember watching Scandal, right? Okay. And y'all remember when not Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder. Okay, y'all watch How to Get Away with Murder, and the lawyer that came in that was challenging Annalise that she ended up having an affair with. Okay, what was her name in there? Tidra. What was her name in there? Anyway, she's playing the matriarch in here, and I didn't know that bitch could sing. Okay, and I'm hoping this is her voice. It sounds like this is what her voice would sound like if she was singing. Okay, but wow. Because you could tell that they're lip syncing and carrying on to their own music, you know. But they can sing, honey. The children can really sing. And it is really, 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 this is a good, solid movie, honey. I encourage you get your popcorn and stuff, honey, and really have a fun day on Netflix, honey. Really Netflix and chill, honey. Don't let that be the euphemism for getting laid, honey. Have a real Netflix and chill moment, okay? What we got up here in the comments? I'm having fun eating, what is it? Onion cream cheese with crackers and almond butter with a spoon. I'm having fun. No, honey, not onion cream cheese. Onion cream cheese. French, is it French onion cream cheese? Okay, with your crackers and your almond butter, honey. Okay, well, go ahead on, Miss Groove. Hey, Buck, what's going on? That movie was awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. From one person who studied film, there was so much to like about this film. Yes. Okay. It was such a powerful scene at the end of this one. You know what? Now let me tell you something about. Listen, we ain't gonna spoil it for them. Now I'm not gonna spoil the end. I'm not gonna spoil the end, honey. But let's just say this: when you look at it, it's gonna have you like, damn, all this time. You know what I'm saying? It'll have you look at this and be like, oh my God, it's an oh my God moment. Okay. It's an oh my God moment. And it's like, wow. Okay. Just wow. It's a really, really good, solid movie. Hey Charles, how are you, darling? So yeah. So I titled today's show, honey, what's love got to do with it? Love versus obsession. Okay, love versus obsession. Okay. Now I thought I had done this, and apparently I did not, because I'm trying to go here, but I got to upload the clips. See, God humbles me, and I'm sitting up here all the time, and I downloaded the clips, but I'm like, okay, and I thought I had put the clips up in here, and I did not. However, yeah. We're going to go here because have y'all seen this clip floating around where the woman ran over the boyfriend with the car? Huh? Have y'all seen that? I'm gonna play it in just a second. Okay. I'm gonna play it in the silent mode. Then I'm gonna give y'all the news program because I want y'all to hear what's going on in the story. Red, I see you. I'm gonna bring you in just a second. Okay. But I want to get into here because the sad thing is that this woman is only 24 years young. 24 years young, okay? And with all of this, that, and the third going on, this girl is gonna go to jail for the rest of her life. Okay. The rest of her life. Okay. And wait a minute, I'm gonna get into this right after I here it is. Right after I play this, okay? So we can break this down because there's a larger conversation that's going to come out of this, okay? Hence the title of today's show, What's Love Got to Do with It? Love versus Obsession. Let me do this. Now, this doesn't have any sound, this first clip, so let me play this right now. Warning, let me also say this. Let me put a warning up here. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I need to put my copyright disclaimer, but this here is a warning that this is very graphic. Right, okay, exactly. This is very graphic, and yeah, it's gonna take you there, okay? So, like I said, this is the part, this is the one without any sound, and this is just the video itself, okay? All right. Now that's it without the sound. That's the actual footage from the day. Okay. Caught on the surveillance cameras and carrying on. Now I'm going to play one of the news programs that captured the story, that's reporting the story. And this is out of Cincinnati, Ohio, I believe.
Hamilton County grand jury has indicted TAAHVIYA Chapman on multiple counts, including murder and endangering a child, for killing an innocent man. He was simply walking into Kroger when he got caught in the middle of this violent encounter. Now, you can see Juwan Lunsford walking towards a car holding a grocery bag, and Christopher Griffith is seen using a cane heading into Kroger. Now, we're not showing the exact moment the two men were hit. The SUV plows into Lunsford first and then strikes Griffith. The driver has been identified as TAAHVIYA Chapman. She gets out of the car and begins beating up Lunsford, who's the father of her child. Griffith died from his injuries. Chapman was indicted today on 1 count of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of attempted murder, and 1 count of endangering children. If she's convicted on all of these charges, she faces a possible sentence of life in prison.
After she plows into these two people, killing the one man, her car was disabled. She exited the vehicle, leaving her 8-month-old baby in the car, and proceeds to go to her boyfriend and start beating him after he's been run over by this car.
The prosecutor says he does not believe that 8-month-old baby was injured in all of this, but you can see from the video that after Chapman beat up Lunsford, she then goes back into the car, grabs the baby, and then tried to flee the scene. But the prosecutor said it was those bystanders that made sure she did not leave the scene until police arrived. Reporting live, Rachel Hersheimer, WLWT News 5.
All right, and we are back right up and bring you in. Okay. All right. Now, again, you know, that's very graphic, very gruesome. What we have here, what was going on, and all of that, okay? It begs to me, well, first off, let's start with the story. They say she's 24 years old, and she went going through her man's phone and found text messages. And she came to the conclusion that her man is having an inappropriate relationship with her sister. So instead of being able to control herself or whatever, she corners him at the Kroger or whatever, runs him down. In the midst of running him down, runs somebody else down who was an innocent bystander. Not only did she run him down, when she stopped the damn car, she jumps out the car to go and whoop his ass. Okay? Then they say, afterwards, I didn't even know that the baby was in the car. You have an 8-month-old baby in the car that you run back to the car to get. Okay? Now, her defense attorney was trying this, honey, and you could even hear, wait a minute, did they play him in this one? Because I know in another news report, at the trial, I mean the pre-trial, the arraignment, that's what I'm saying, the arraignment. Her lawyer was sitting up there saying that there was no intent to kill here because she didn't realize that she had pressed the gas. She was trying to press the brake and hit the gas instead. If you hear this man saying, honey, you can hear he was reaching for straws. Okay? Because you can hear in his tone that him saying, this is my job to say this. Okay? Now, it would have worked had she not jumped out the goddamn car to go over and the charge at him to whoop his ass. See, all of that was in the heat of the moment thing. I'm gonna say it's premeditated because I think there was just, I'm gonna call that a crime of passion to some degree. But the bigger question becomes this, because we see this on all fronts. We see it, you know, boy on girl, girl on boy, boy on boy, girl on girl, triad on triad, whatever, however we're gonna rearrange this. What is this about us as human beings?
I don't.
When it comes down to matters of the heart, and you feel as though somebody has hurt you, disrespected you, to where rage comes into play, and the only thing you think about doing is to destroy them, hurt them. This bitch ran over him with a car, 24 years old, hit somebody else in the process, and you killed the other person. And now you're going to go to jail because you think that your boyfriend was having an inappropriate relationship with your sister? You think. So now what? Where do we stand as human beings? Because that's not love anymore. See, anytime you go out of your way to call yourself protecting your interest, if it wasn't a crime where somebody, you know, somebody came to physically attack you or this, that, and the other, you know, defending someone's honor, okay, that's ego because somebody cussed a woman out or whatever, or you know, they hit on the ass and things of that nature. Yeah, you're going to step up to them, but that's ego talking, okay? But anytime it comes down to physical harm or it's life and death or whatever, and you have to, and you step in to protect, that's a whole different thing. But when ego gets involved, and we have all these kind of ramifications to deal with, what is that about us as human beings? Why is it if I can't have you, nobody can? Why do we have that fucking mentality?
Well, first and foremost, Meech, if I may talk or speak on it, I'd like to first give a shout out to the creators of Grand Theft Auto. This is your fault.
Ooh. Wait. Where my girl? Where my girl? Where my girl? Where my girl?
Send me that.
So, and I'm going to tell you why I say this. The demon seed that spawned the 24-year-old girl, it's a strand of DNA that has nothing but negative vibes in it. Nothing else. There's no common sense. There's no, there's no, I wonder if, I wonder why. Only emotion, do. There's no thought process.
Right. Okay.
I'm not guessing this. There's one of those demons in my home at the moment. And I'm telling you, I have sat back and watched it, and this incident right here that happened, it hurts me because I know I'm dealing with the same type of demon.
Okay.
And I fear that situation.
Okay.
Because the things, it's so many things I've left out of a lot of our conversations that you don't know.
Okay.
That even has stuff to do with vehicles.
Okay.
So am I in shock? No. Anything right now in 2022 from the age 18 to 26, again, shout out to Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Because they have no respect for life. They think like Grand Theft Auto. You can take what you want. You can loot what you want. You can run people over with cars. For some reason, they think you get another life.
Okay. Wait, because we even joke about that. You know, come on, let me get in the way. You're gonna get hit. I get points for that. You know.
Right. So
it's a double entendre because you will get points on your license. And okay.
Right.
But it's a double entendre because of the game. We say that all the time. Yeah.
But think about it. You're sitting there. A lot of these people from that age block that I just told you, and 65% of their life with a controller in their hand,
Right.
playing a game that has no reality to it. The only thing real to it is the figures and the things that is in it, because what they did was clone major cities.
And
the things that happen to you are real in there, but as soon as they happen, you hit the button and the person regenerates and it goes and they do it again. Now, that doesn't happen here in real life, boys and girls. Okay.
Hello.
When you make this, let me, can I explain it like this? Okay. When little Timmy puts his wee-wee in little Sarah, right? But he to little Nikki, that does not mean that you can hit him with your little blocks from your little toy. Because if you hit him with the blocks, you'll have a little concussion. And that right there is a class 4 felony in the real world.
Right.
Okay? That's why I see people like her. She had an 8-month-old baby in the car.
That he was the father of. Now, that's the baby daddy.
So now, if he was a deadbeat or wasn't paying no child support, he really ain't doing it now.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And if he was messing with your sister, guess what? You lost your child, your man, and your sister, and your whole life in one ignorant move without thinking.
Right.
But again, I'm telling you, bro, they don't think that far ahead. You understand me?
Right.
It's people that you and I know that had a full-blown attitude and anger at the same type of situation, ran 2 stop signs, gunning it through it. Baby in the car and all.
Okay.
So when this story come out, I'm looking like, oh shit, I know her.
Okay. Okay. Right.
And it's scary to me because that particular situation, I've been worried about going on a year.
Okay. Okay.
And I've really been worried about it the last 2 weeks. So when that happened, I'm like,
Let's try to see if we can unpack a couple of things.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me leave this on there and then you can go ahead. That age block is so terrible with what just happened with that girl that you can go to YouTube right now. YouTube. And type in, hit a nigga with the car, hit the bitch with the car, hit whatever. You can say, fight, or run over somebody while you fighting. You can type in any of that.
Yeah. And
1,000 videos come up across the face in that age block where people fighting and they decide to jump in the car and run over the crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that is no respecter of orientations, honey, because that's, honey, listen, we had a number of them here last year during Pride and the year before when all that, the kids sitting up there trying to run over a car, hitting a child. Here's what I need to understand, and we're so busy. I'm gonna put this on the church. I'm gonna put this on the doctors. I'm gonna put this on the government, because we keep saying that we need mental health programs and carried on. What have we done to build to show folks how to handle conflict? Conflict resolution skills. How to handle heartbreak and disappointment. The church always say, take it to Jesus and pray. They're not given they're not given steps. However, let me put a proviso there. They will have, but they only do this for folks who are already married. They will have marriage counseling sessions at the church. They're not dealing with those who are in relationships, okay? And dealing with those who, may have anger management issues, financial issues or whatever. They're not looking at this from those who are coupled. They're only looking at it from those who are already married. The federal government, y'all and everybody else's business. Y'all trying to sit down there regular who can't have children, who can and cannot get married, this, that, and the other. But we don't have anything in place through the medical programs or whatever that say, hey, we need to sit down and put counseling in the mandates for medical health and health reform and health this, that, and the other. I'm putting this on our communities because even in our own households, if you live in this kind of cycle, if you grew up here, then you end up repeating the cycle. If nobody sits down and say, this is what you don't do, blah, 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 and get real with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I come from an abusive household. Y'all know I tell this story all the time. My mother is my Wonder Woman.
You can't
okay.
do this kind of thing if you're not the one raising your children.
Wait.
Come on, go ahead. Yeah.
You feel me? If you're not raising, if you are allowing the government or your parents, the grandparents and the government, you understand? Now, here's something I need to answer your question about. I'm going to answer it, and I don't care who get mad at me and take it to Jesus. I'm going to tell you because I don't want to hear it. Because I'm going to tell you, Big Pharma got more money than anybody out here, and Big Pharma is part of our government.
Yes.
And Big Pharma pays mega churches to not speak on certain things. Ooh. Right? This is the same thing. Well, you heard you. Anyway, back to dogs that have no meat hanging. Look. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Big Pharma pays gag orders to these major religious facilities. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but a lot of major, you know what I'm saying? That's why I stay within, if you hadn't noticed, I stay within the smaller church thing because I've always run from mega churches because
I do too.
I felt like COVID was part of God's way of shutting the mega church down or desizing it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
because
good.
At the end of the day, none of them have recovered from that or recouped.
Right. That's true.
If you had 5,000 members, you only have 1,500 now.
Right.
So what I'm saying is the gag order that they put out more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Because first off, they blocked the parents from actually being hands-on like we were raised.
Right.
Big Pharma comes in and pays for the government. Hey, y'all hurting over here? Let me bust you in your deficit right quick and sweeten your pockets. Because if I sweeten your pockets and bust you in a deficit, you won't come up with nothing. And they're going to continuously need to see people that are going to prescribe medicine that we put out. Keeping us at a multi-billion-dollar industry per month.
Right. That part. The children.
It's the fools that ain't watching. But I'm watching. And I know hush money comes from pharmaceuticals. And why would they give you any help when they're helping themselves?
Right.
I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to put nothing out here and put nothing in place for these people to get the mental health that they need per se as a country when we get a major kickback to shut up and tell these other people, hey, we're going to send them over here and just tell them they need a pill.
Right. Right.
Do you know how many pills go out for anxiety, all that, and then every precocious and promiscuous child that runs around here got ADHD? That's a lie.
Right, a lie, and that came from the pit of the west side of hell.
And and all that is about the physicians getting a kickback from the pharmaceutical companies to push the medicine.
To push the meds, yeah. And you know what? I've always felt like that. Anytime I went into my doctor's office, and you know the sales reps come by and they give you all these samples and this, that, and the other, and you know the doctor wants you to take this or whatever. Well, here, if you having difficulty paying for it, here, just take some of the samples, you know, and they load you up with all these damn samples and carrying on, blah, 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 blah. I've always felt that was a tactic, you know. But when we're dealing with, and here's the other thing too, that is when we're dealing with matters of the heart, matters of emotions, and see, all that's the brain activity that is, you know, that would be considered under the mental health aspect of health and healing. But we're not doing anything outside of institutionalizing people. You know, the medicines that we give, okay, if you're not ADHD or whatever, then hell, going to prescribe you with Wellbutrin for depression and all this other damn shit. You know, that's what depression is carrying on.
Everything, big pharma, everything.
Yeah,
they have
pharma. And then because here's the onion, because if you take the pill, okay, then the pill has side effects. So you either gonna get light sensitivity, you know, you get a nervous problem, this, that, and the other, which prevents you from going to work. See,
4 pills make you nauseous. So I need to give you another pill, which is 5 pills, to stop the nauseousness. Nauseousness, you'll be dehydrated and you'll have a headache. So don't need no aspirin. You need this pill over here because you don't want to take too much aspirin. You understand what's going on?
Right. Then all of the psychotropics have sexual side effects.
Yeah. Either your dick standing up or it's dropping.
And most of the time it's dropping.
But then guess what? Now you know Captain Farmer Blue.
Right. Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Which causes diarrhea.
Blue Chew.
Okay.
Yeah, you can bust from 2 directions.
So, wait a minute. What Samoa say her joke is? The motherfucking side effects. So what you want, a runny nose or a runny ass? Okay. Okay. Oh, honey, let me go to these comments. Okay. Okay, no piece of man or woman worth all of that. Hello. Sometimes love is not blind, it's just straight up stupid. Okay. Now your child grows up with no mom. Way to go. Okay.
Oh, no. It's back to the grandparents, which is probably where they was at anyway.
See, is it in the water? Is it the drugs? Is it that they don't get near enough as children? What's the matter with these people? Okay.
It's Google.
Say that, bro. Okay. I know what the problem is. The problem is that she was insecure, or that anybody that has insecurity like that, the first thing you do is think that somebody's cheated. I have seen men, women, same-sex couples, whatever the case may be, don't even be cheating and be accused and been assaulted by someone. And then once they find out the truth, then they really is sorry. She needs to be in jail and a mental hospital. She needs some counseling. This is beyond counseling, because
hold on. That age bracket and that people that do that, when they find out the truth, they don't apologize.
Right.
They do not apologize. They are not really sorry. They go right on like you're supposed to accept that mess. You're supposed to accept it.
And now, now let's do this. Let's do this. Because damn it, she was able to whoop his ass like that because she broke his leg. Now she broke his leg, and he couldn't move, you know, or whatever. She killed the other dude.
Right.
Okay. Now the way how she jumped on him What if he had knocked that bitch to the ground and started whooping her ass?
Then they locked him up.
Would that be? See, this is where because this shit right here infuriates me. When
That's the
everybody
part that pissed me off about the law.
yeah.
If he'd have he'd have had every right to defend himself because she just tried to take my life with a vehicle. And I would, if I was able to, she should have got a well-whooped ass. But if they'd have pulled up and he was whooping her ass, he'd have went.
Right, he'd have been the one. Yeah, he'd have been the one. No questions asked, no nothing. And this is why I'm okay. I'm hollering because I'm hollering. Wait a minute. I'm very passionate about this because see, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. When we talk about shit like this, and this is a prime example. Okay, this is a prime example of what I mean when everybody want to jump on talking about something. Man, don't be hitting that woman. You better not jump on her. You better not do nothing to her. Bitch, if you say it again, so I can knock you in your motherfucking mouth. This bitch just jumped up and did all that she did. And then you're going to come at me and say that I'm not supposed to defend myself or protect myself or whatever the case may be. In this particular situation, if he had the strength and was able to have gotten up or could contain her, and if he had knocked her ass silly, then what? Then what? Now catch what was going on in the did you see in the video that nobody pulled her off of him? Nobody pulled her off him, and that there is all those who saw that she hit the man. Whether they knew she hit the boyfriend or not, they saw that she hit that man. If they didn't see it, they heard it. When they turned around and saw everybody on the ground, they knew that she hit something or somebody. And they saw her run to them and start to whoop this boy's ass. Nobody stopped her. Nobody went and said, baby, don't do that. Nobody. But y'all stopped her from leaving. Y'all made sure she didn't leave so that the police can get there. Ooh. Okay, that you get a couple of points for that.
Hey.
Okay, just a couple. But see, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. What we got? Desensitized views of existence by this generation of people. Of course, darling. Hello there. What's up, Lee? Oh, Hugh Lee, honey. Okay. And in the comments, several people approved that message. Hello. Hello. Because they went to bad, now she's a bad bitch. I know that's right, girl. All that old bullshit. And see why? See, we have allowed ourselves that we are slowly turning into a very barbaric society.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Colosseum style barbarianism. Okay. To where all we need now, reality television has given us the platform, and all we need is an announcer. And we got the Running Man all day. Y'all remember the movie The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And they were in the game, and the whole thing was the whole Coliseum.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the Hunger Games before the Hunger Games. How about that?
True.
Okay.
All I know is between Black Ops and GTA, they need to doggone take that stuff off the market.
Right.
Because we that block 1826, we're losing them. We're losing them. If not jail, think about it. 1826, they either killing themselves or killing each other or doing something stupid like that or killing another person.
Right. A lot of that. Okay, here's let's go there, because a lot of these kids now are not looking to live beyond 30.
And that's
for the last maybe 15, 20 years, teenagers and stuff have not been looking to live past 30.
And that's a sad thing. I wouldn't want to be the leader of a country where that was the mentality of my youth.
Right.
Because I heard young men, 21 years old, I didn't think I'd make it to my 21st birthday.
I know. Right. Yeah, I've heard that on several occasions.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. No one is valuing life anymore. Everybody puts life at a very cheap price. Okay, life is not priceless in the eyes of this generation. Everybody now, we got so much legacy talk now. What's my legacy gonna be? And we are into, and not that that's a bad thing. Let me make certain that we understand. Not that that's a bad thing, but what is happening is we have not balanced that out. And for our youth to sit down talking about legacy, okay, and I want you to hear the words. Not that, let me see, I'm building for my future. Okay, they're not used. Words are very important. They're saying I'm trying to establish my legacy. Legacy is what you're leaving behind for folks to talk about.
Right.
Okay, and for those who come after you to build upon or marvel at or whatever the case may be. Legacy is your stamp to say this is what I've done while I was here. Okay.
I had to say to my father, God rest his soul, because he used to give me little life jewels through regular conversation periodically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he would say this all the time. You know, everything I was doing, I was cool. I was the cool guy, the popular guy, right?
Right.
And he used to say, it don't make sense for you for people to come by and read about you and say, here was Lavelle. He was cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
It took a few times for him to bring that up in different periods,
Mm-hmm.
And it was said, and I thought about it. I said, well, no, I need somebody to stand up and be able to speak for 30 minutes about me.
Okay.
And that's when I started making different decisions. But again, we had different type of doggone people raising us.
Right. Right. They put an investment in us and then help us to value that investment.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, even now, I mean, hell, we over 50 right now, but we're still looking at how am I bettering myself? What's the next level for me? Where do I go from here? Because I know this is not all life is to be. Okay.
People that's 70, 80 years old opening up new companies.
Hello, right. Starting all over again, and still learning and are vibrant about learning new things and having new experiences. That's the kind of shit that marvels me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because I'm more agitated at that block period of youth because they don't want to know. They know every damn thing.
Right, and don't know shit.
If they don't, bro, they dumb as a doorknob.
Wait a minute, let me change that. They don't know shit or shinola.
Right, dumb as a doorknob, bro. When I say a lot of them can't read because they Googled their way through their education.
Right, exactly.
A lot of them can't even write, like pen and paper.
Right.
Because they typed everything through a computer.
Okay.
Technology didn't make you smarter; it made you stupider.
Right, because it talks. See, we done got lazy. It talks for us.
It talks for you.
What does such and such so and so mean? Well, so and so about it. No, you ain't got to read because everything is talking back to you.
And then I think about the high schooler right now that writes a paper. Right, you got a research paper.
Right.
You leave from in front of one little clamshell machine to get everything you need. We had to walk across the living room, open up the cabinet on the wall, and pick up these big leather Encyclopedia Britannica books.
Britannica, honey. Ah!
and bring them to the table, heavy as all outdoors, 5 or 6 of them, to do research for one paper.
Right. And God help you. God help you if you had to cross-reference, because now that required a bunch of reading.
Exactly.
Imagine being a lawyer or training to be a lawyer back in the day. Y'all watched all the movies, honey. Y'all watched not A Lesson Before Dying, the one before that was Sam Jackson. What's A View to Kill?
A View to Kill.
Okay. When he sat up there and killed the white boys for raping his daughters and carrying on. And y'all saw all that they had to do to go find cases and stuff. That remember this case, the case of such and so and so, you know, they said in this case, remember all that. See, researching was an art form, honey. Listen, and I've gotten lazy with my research. I was on the debate team, so I was constantly in the library. So my researching.
Who paying for these libraries? I know these kids ain't going to the library.
You know what? Now, listen. I was shocked. Well, this was okay. Wait a minute. Proviso. I mean, caveat here. This was 27 years ago when I lived in New York, because at that time libraries were starting to close down and stuff. Okay. When I went to New York, I was stationed at the library, working security, and I was doing some extra work. The way how them kids was coming up in and out of there with their parents, you know, I had never seen nothing like that. Okay, and I'm from Detroit. I'm like, parents don't come to the library with their kids like this.
No, but they have to introduce them to the library.
Right.
Take them in library cards. If not, they'll never know what that building is.
Right. Understand the Dewey Decimal System and this, that, and the other.
They will never know that. And that's the only way I ever seen kids since I've ever lived. All these years I live in Georgia. That's the only way I've seen kids in the library. The parents either bringing them in there or dropping them off and picking them back up later.
Child, I was stunned. And let me add this little nugget. Most of the parents who were doing it were Latino.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I said, ooh. Now, okay, you know, a little sidebar here. When I went to the library, I don't think I had hit I was up in Harlem, but I don't think I was in Spanish Harlem. Okay. But I'm saying that because the library where we were, it was at the D train, and I forgot where we got off at. But that library there, child, when I tell you, and I was there for 8 hours, honey, and it was just nothing but. I mean, they were rolling in and rolling in. I had stopped counting. I was like, ooh. And that gave me some joy in that. But just to know that parents were taking an active part in their children. But you see how this onion had just blossomed out, because we done went all on another topic.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the importance of this onion, because
the roots are never the crime. The roots never the crime. The mentality and the spirits and the demons that she carried in her to do that type of stuff, it derived from somewhere else that had nothing to do with relationships.
Baby, would you say that again, honey? Because now there's another news report that I didn't want to pull up, but they had said that they had charged her with so many crimes because she has priors.
Oh, she don't need no lawyer.
She got priors because they said that she had a case against her where she had got arrested once again for taking a hammer and broke out the ex-boyfriend's windows, okay, and carried on.
Violent crime.
Right. And then this one here, she had her 7-year-old child, one of her kids. She had a 7-year-old at the time. Somebody called because she whooped the child with a belt, but they said she got to punching that baby 7-year-old in the face. Okay. So she got arrested for that. Okay. So you got priors, girl. Priors, your violent streak or whatever. Okay.
She didn't need no lawyer.
No. And you only 24. Which means if you did that to your 7-year-old, that means you were 17 when you had the baby. Maybe younger, because they said that was prior. She's 24 now.
Right.
Okay.
So probably was one of them 13 to 16-year-old
Right.
butts that
Okay.
had a
So I'm like, wow. But we see this all the time. We see folks who sit up there pull guns out on you and shit. You know, again, if I can't have you, nobody else can. You know,
you
if
don't
I
even
can't have you, can't nobody else have you. Blah 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 blah.
don't even
And it's like,
understand.
what?
You don't even understand what I was saying. I get it so well. Everything, like even up to what you just said.
Uh-huh.
Literally, somebody we know was telling another person, like, "What do you mean? No, it's not over till I say it's over.
Right. Uh-huh.
You going to jail."
Yeah. Yeah. And we have allowed that to, we celebrate that in some regards. We see that as being strong, or see that as being, fighting fighting for yours or whatever. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, hold up.
Well, I don't see
Because
stupidity.
okay, here's the one thing that I think is one of the biggest lies that we tell our kids, that we tell each other, and then then we sit down here and contradict it at the same time. Because we'll tell everybody you can have and be anything you want to be, as long as you put your mind to it. Okay? That's one of the biggest lies that we have allowed to permeate our humanity. Because one of the things I know for sure, I don't care how much I want to be a white man, or a white woman for that matter, I would never be a white anything, because I don't have vitiligo. I'm not going to go through the bleaching creams and all of that, okay, to alter myself to be that. Okay. Then we turn around and we will contradict all of that by saying, what's for me is for me. Okay. What God has for me is for me. Okay. And you just said I can have anything that I want, long as I put my mind to it. But then you say, what is for me is for me. Okay. And we will know this because God has said, honey, if you prayed on it, honey, and you go out and do what you got to do, just keep doing, because what's for you is for you. Okay.
Meech, we also told little black girls and boys in the projects that the white man was gonna come down the chimney with some gifts on, you know what I'm saying, some 25th. So. Just saying. If you take everything and put it together, it's no wonder mental health is an issue in the urban communities, because you got a white man coming down your chimney in December in the hood. You ain't seen a white man. Okay, then you got rabbits jumping around, popping eggs out their ass. When have you ever seen that or read about it? Then you turn around and you turn around, and the next thing you know, you telling these stories about the tooth fairy coming in putting money under your pillow. And I'm like, at what point are you gonna tell your child the truth about life?
Right.
Like, hey, I'm giving you this money for your pain and suffering.
Right.
Let me tell you what pain and suffering is.
Right.
Hey, this is Jesus Christ's birthday. It's not his actual birthday. Let me show you where his actual birthday is. But this is the day we celebrate it as a national holiday. And it's about him and not about Toys R Us. You know, I'm just trying to figure out, and let's tell them what Easter really is. How you go from the whole resurrection thing with Jesus to a rabbit popping eggs out the ass. I don't get it. It's just, to me, they supposed to have mental health issues. We did it.
This is my God sin, honey. God sent me a man. This is my man.
Oh Lord.
Don't know shit about him, honey. And then all of a sudden, okay, I'm learning how to take this out of my vocabulary, honey, because you always hear, oh, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. No, blessings are never a curse, honey. They could be inconvenient at times, but they're never a curse. Blessings are never curses, honey. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. No. Okay. We don't do that. Okay. Blessing, how could it bless you and curse you at the same time? Then what is it? Okay. Then what is it? Because blessings and curses cancel each other out. Right? It cancels out. So, boom. So then what is it? Okay. What is it? But Miss Thing, honey, she's going to jail, and she has just ruined her life. Okay. But then again, did she? Because maybe this is, for whatever reasons, God have her on this particular path for whatever she got to do. Okay. Whatever that is, she's got to do that. You understand? And okay. And okay again. What we got in the comments? They needed to be raised like us, iPhone, computer, or whatever it is. When somebody talks to me, I take my hands off that thing and face them and pay attention, and we wasn't killing each other. Okay. We respect our parents, went to school, had parents that raised us where we'd be in trouble if we didn't make it home on time or whatever. I don't know about these days. Okay. Dreams can come true. I got all of 92.5's music, which took me 15 years. Met Stevie Wonder and Bootsy Collins, and been good at the computer. All right, honey. Well, what you say? So, okay. So, all right. But little Miss Thing, her name was TAAHVIYA CHAPMAN, 24 years old. Miss TAAHVIYA CHAPMAN, honey, may God enrich your soul and give you illumination along this part of your journey, because for whatever reasons, honey, your freedom is no more. And that's something that you did to yourself, baby. You did that all to yourself. And that's probably the most disappointing thing about this. You did this to yourself. So now you got to lie in that bed, baby, because you made it. My God, today. Let's do this. I'm going to go take a small little break. When we come back, I want to touch on the subject, honey, that we didn't touch on yesterday. I had wrote it up for yesterday's show. And that there is Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears. Okay, the lawsuit against them, you know, they settled. And now Miss Thing, honey, the children, well, the older girl who made the statement. Now all of a sudden we knew Tiffany would never do nothing to hurt us or put us in anybody's way or allow anybody to hurt us. See, that was the statement that was posed. Okay, that was the statement that came out. And so now this becomes a whole big story. Was this a money grab to begin with? We're gonna unpack that when we come back. Okay, so let me take a short little break, and we will, darlings, be right back in a moment. Hold on, where my commercial start? Where did the commercial start? I'm in the wrong section, y'all. Give me a minute. There we go. Welcome to Alo Nana. Treat yourself to the luxurious experience of having all natural shea butter soaps and body balms that will soften, radiate, and even exfoliate your skin. Alo Nana products are designed with you in mind to promote overall health and wellness the way that nature intended. No dyes, no colors, no chemicals. Just pure love, like receiving a hug from grandma. Get your Alo Nana today. Contact Aunt Nikki on IG or call 267-629-1364. Alo Nana, building a legacy, not a letdown.
How you all doing? My name is Jason Pander and I'm the CEO and founder of B Condoms. Today I'm about to give you a demonstration to show you why B Condoms are the strongest condoms in the market. There's nothing better. What we're gonna do today is I took one of our Platinum XL condoms, we're gonna put it over a cucumber, and what I'm gonna show you is that we can cut through this cucumber without actually breaking the integrity of our condom. Now you can see I put the condom over this cucumber. I'm gonna take a knife, we're gonna now cut through it. Now, keep in mind, all condoms are not able to do this. This is something special, all right? Our condoms are pH friendly for the women, all right? They're vegan friendly, they're organic. We don't have any of the toxins that you'll find in other types of condoms, like the caseins, the glycerins, the glutens, any of those. That's why our condoms are odorless and they're tasteless. So what you now saw was, voila, all cuts through the cucumber. Now watch this. Take some water, open it up. No holes. This is what you get when you purchase a B condom. The best quality on the market, black owned, and make sure to protect the culture with B condoms. Nothing's better. Thank you. Jason Panda tapping out.
In a world full of chaos and confusion, you need a protection team that will satisfy your desire to feel safe and secure. And we have the solution. Kingdom Elite Security. Kingdom Elite Security provides its clients with the utmost excellence in executive protection detail, property and personnel protection, and observation and surveillance with dignity, integrity, and supreme professionalism. Kingdom Elite Security believes that everything is to be done in decency and in order to ensure the safest experience possible, no matter how complex the job. Call for your quote today. Dial 470-383-5978. That's 470-383-5978. Or email us at kingdomelite01@gmail.com. Kingdom Elite Security. Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570. Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and your services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing T Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big Meat at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com. And darlings, we are back. What's your tea? What's your tea? What's your tea? Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. I had that glare from the light. Okay, so now let's go into our next story. I meant to do this on yesterday's show. However, I have forgotten all about it. Okay. But that there is Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. Now, for those of y'all who have not seen the video or whatever, that was supposed to be a public service announcement type sketch, you know, that they've been raked across the coals about how inappropriate it was and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people going after Tiffany because they were like, how could you do this? This is supposedly your friend and blah, the yakety spleen. Well, I have found out that the so-called said friend, honey, was a comedian as well. See, she was an up and coming comedian and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And so, you know, there were some things in this. But the story is that they end up settling. I'm going to read this from, where is this from? This is thesource.com. And they say Tiffany Haddish reportedly reached a settlement with the two alleged victims who sued her for sexual assault. According to Radar Online, Haddish worked out an agreement privately. A lawsuit filed against Tiffany Haddish, what's wrong with my tongue? Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears states that the two comedians groomed a 14-year-old and a girl and a 7-year-old boy. TMZ states that Haddish and Spears, what is going on? Spears, Haddish, I'm tongue-tied or whatever, I can't say these words right, are accused of coercing the two minors into explicit skits. The siblings, identifying as Jane and John Doe, state that they have endured lifelong trauma. The boy added that he was molested by both defendants. Okay. In the lawsuit, Jane Doe stated Haddish taught her how to mimic fellatio for a skit that would be filmed for Funny or Die. Haddish allegedly brought John Doe to Spears and molested him while filming a video titled Through the Pedophile's Eyes. Haddish moved the case from state to federal court and temporarily sealed the complaint due to images of minor John undressed. The case remains sealed throughout due to John still being a minor. The dollar amount was not disclosed, but part of the deal, Haddish is to publicly apologize for her role in the skits and recant that the suit was a shakedown. Okay. Now this here is the baby version. I was trying to find the one that where the baby sit up there and said, okay, oh no, blah blah blah. Okay. Wait a minute. I think I found one because here it is. This is what she said in the court statement. Okay. In court documents obtained by TMZ, it appears that Jane Doe has not asked a judge to dismiss the suit. How did you catch that? That Jane Doe, the 14-year-old girl, asked to dismiss the suit. And this is a quote, honey. My family and I have known Tiffany Haddish for many years, and we now know that she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. We wish Tiffany the best and are glad that we can all put this behind us, said Jane Doe, according to TMZ. Because the lawsuit was dismissed without prejudice, it means it cannot be refiled. Okay. That's the part I wanted to get to. I'm reading this. If y'all want to see this, this is on yahoo.com. This is in their news caption, and this is the last sentence. Okay. But yeah, that's the part. Miss Thing, honey, come out and say, "Oh no, honey, we've been on Tiffany for years. We now know. Okay, we now know that she would never do this and blah 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 blah." And so it's right there that all this starts to sound as if this was a shakedown. Okay. do I diddy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm having issues with that because the whole thing was, like I said, the mother of these children, honey, the so-called friend of Tiffany, was she's a comedian as well. Okay. And having said all that, we are looking at a few things, okay? And in looking at these things, honey, I'm trying to make certain that we understand. Everybody was trying to say, okay, it's these kids. Oh, the kids, honey, y'all done fucked up the kids. Y'all done did it to the kids, the kids. And oh, that was so inappropriate, which it was. Okay, it was a tasteless skit. Okay, it was tasteless. Okay, but I'm putting all that on Aries because Aries was the writer and the director of it. Okay, and I think that was his thing. Tiffany was hired in, as an assistant and blah blah blah. The thing of it is that, and I still hold on to this. I know I don't care how well we know each other, whatever. And I've taken folks' kids with me and carrying on. But one of the things that I've always done with children, I've had a transparency deal. Okay. I always made sure, did you tell your mama what happened? Tell your mama. Tell your daddy what happened. Then make sure they know what goes. I've always been that way because I don't want nothing to come back. I don't teach children to keep secrets. Shh, that's just between me and you. Don't tell your mama I gave you that. See, I don't do that shit. Okay. I don't do that. Okay. And I don't do that for a reason. Because see, that grooming shit that everybody keep talking about, that's what fortifies that. I don't do that. Okay. Hold on. Robert, if you can hear me, you may have to go to, I don't know if you're on your computer or your phone, because you're not coming in. We got to add you, but you're not in. So open up your camera or accept this is StreamYard. Give StreamYard permission to utilize your phone or your computer, because you're here, but you ain't here. If I were to pull you up, I'm not going to get you. Okay, Red, I got you. You ready to come back in? All right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
God damn it. Hello? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
So that there is that. What's your take on that? Wait a minute. Hugh said they took the sketch too far, having the little boy in underwear, Aries Spears cutting a hole in the newspaper, looking at the little at him was sick. R. Kelly music in the background made it worse. You know what? Here's where it is, and this is my stance on that. It was tacky. At the same time, it was supposed to piss everybody off. Okay, it was supposed to piss you off.
Wasn't that the whole point of the skit?
Okay, now that's how I took it, that it was supposed to piss you off. Was it funny? There was a couple of instances in there where I chuckled, okay, and it was more so at his little corny ass one-liners, where he was trying to say, he threw jabs at Michael Jackson. You. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you're not. Okay. But for me, And I was on somebody's YouTube feed a couple weeks ago, and the kids were trying to light me up a little bit, right? Because they were like, "Oh, I don't believe that's coming out your mouth." I said, "Let's look at the damn thing. It was supposed to piss you off. Nothing about lusting after a child is supposed to get anybody happy or make
Right.
anybody laugh." Okay.
It was supposed to make a light go off in your head about anything historically that you overlooked in your life.
Okay. Now, one of the things, now this to the credit of it all, we know folks who do that with their damn kids. You got little boys running around here with no shirts on it because you still treating them like little babies. Okay. Like I said, there was so much about that skit to unpack that a lot of folks, the only thing they thought of was the kids, especially when the boy was on the ground. He was playing and he threw his legs open and carrying on and crossing his whatever. I said, but kids do that. Number one, kids play and carrying on. As innocent as children, our child, you the one that got the crazy ass mind that sit up there and say, "Oh my God, look at him spreading his leg like that."
Kids' behavior is taught.
Okay. However, here was something in that I have not heard anybody discuss about that, because the behavior was Tiffany being the mama in the damn thing, how she just leaving the baby, with the uncle and coming up with piss po ass excuses because you trying to go out and party.
18 to 26. It's the same. We talking about the same.
Okay.
We're talking about the same people.
Yeah. You trying to go out and party. Okay.
And run somebody over with a car.
Right. Then the little boy never said anything, right? The little boy never said anything to his mama. So automatically, you the one that's oblivious to shit, because the little line that he said, "Oh, so you want me to Michael Jackson, huh?" And he said that to the mama. She overlooked all that, running out the door, trying to go have her little fun. Okay. Then, now I think the most disturbing part of the video was at the end when the boy became the predator.
The message.
Okay. Where the boy became the predator.
It was a mental health message, please.
Right.
People, please, would y'all please wake up? This stuff is not on your front porch, on your sidewalk, or in the playground. This is in the world. This is reality. And quit trying to make everything about you. It ain't about you. It ain't about R. Kelly. It's about that little finger up your ass that you didn't tell your mama about. Now stop playing.
Well,
people kill me, and the ones that come up with all this extra negativity to say about it, things that make you go,
Okay.
Which one of your aunties ate you out? Come on, man, stop playing.
Right. Okay.
Come on, bro. I know mental issues that I have gotten over from ages and stuff like that. I know the babysitter. I know who it is.
Right.
I know exactly who it was. But me growing up to be the pimp of the player that I was, I didn't complain about it.
Right. Let me see. Robert's still trying to get up in here, and I'm still he's still buffering.
He said the Wi-Fi was slow over there.
Yeah, because you see he's buffering here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if it's gonna kick in. Oh, allergies. So it was so much in that we need to also include in this conversation. But everybody got so disgusted with this being the children. And then, like I said, it was reported that the mother tried this lawsuit on several occasions, and that all of the lawyers that the mama had on top of it, they dismissed the case.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's where the interesting part comes in. The 14-year-old girl is the one that got the case. She got the case, but catch it. She also has guardianship over the brother. So now what? Where's the mama in all of this? See, there's, and I kept, when I was on this other show, I was telling them there's another shoe that's got to drop up in here. Okay, because we don't know if there's something up in here that something that's not being said, something that's not being said. And everybody thought that I wanted to sit down and just defend Tiffany and Aries. I said, no, I'm not necessarily defending them. I said, but what it is, we don't have all the story.
But see, the judicial system is getting real savvy on convicting folks with 30% of the story.
Right.
They're getting real slick with it because you're going to hand R. Kelly a 30-piece family meal, but ain't nobody eating but him.
Right.
Where's the families? They want some chicken too.
But what about the baby?
What about the baby? Yeah, well, right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying, you gave this man a 30-piece, and if you pick 10 women or 10 young ladies, them 10 young ladies had parents that was dropping them off.
Right. And, now the argument is, a lot of folks are saying, they were trying to get on the fact that, no, because I didn't have to be on the set, because this was my friend, honey. I trusted you with my kids. I mean, hell, we friends, that they calling you auntie and carrying on and blah, 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 blah. So why would I not trust you, because we friends like that? And I said, and I'm telling everybody, I'm like, there is still a piece to this missing. One of the pieces was that the mother was an up and coming comedian. See, she's a stand-up too. Okay. And then also the initial story was that the daughter was at one of those comedy camps as a teenager. That's where, this thing with her and Tiffany came about, and she's claiming that Tiffany had inappropriately touched her or something about that at the camp, at the comedy camp. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now we got the comedy camp and blah, 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 blah. And it's just pieces of this that's just missing. As far as I was concerned, okay, if the lawyers didn't take the case with the mama, I'm not looking at you. I am not. Okay. If the lawyers were not going to take the case from the mama, then I know that somebody was very crafty to put the kid's name in front and let them be the vehicle. Because if it's coming out the kid's mouth, oh, I was, and I was, and I was, and I was, then we're gonna all jump to the defense of the kids. Okay, we're gonna jump. That's a no-brainer. Who? Did what to these babies? We all gonna jump. And so now, it was said that the kids, there was $100 payment of some sort. They got $100 or whatever. Everybody keep harping on the fact that this was supposed to be a Nickelodeon. I was told that they were supposed to be going to do something for Nickelodeon. They was going to make a reel or something,
right?
An audition tape for them to do for Nickelodeon and blah 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 blah. I need to see where the hell that's at, because I don't believe that story. Something about that story I do not believe.
Ain't no Nickelodeon.
I just don't believe that story. I think that's something that they added, or I just don't believe that story.
They probably using that to go after Nick Cannon. Ain't nobody got him yet.
Well, okay.
That's
so, but now they've settled and carried on, and Tiffany came, they found her at the airport, TMZ, and they're like, well, now that this is over, what does this mean? And blah, blah, blah. She said, well, hell, it don't mean nothing, because hell, I lost all of my gigs over these allegations. I lost everything, all of my gigs. I have no gigs right now. So now she's got to sit back and try to recover and recoup and this, that, and the other, how to come about of that. And Tiffany stayed booked. That bitch was doing a movie a year. No, I'm sorry, there was a movie coming out once a year that had her to, and carried on. She's everywhere.
He was working.
Yeah. All right, I think we got him. All right. We got him, honey. Let me bring Robert up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest coming up in here with us today. And I'm going to let Red do all of this because Red said, oh, we got, okay. Mr. Robert Johnson is in the building. Hey, sir, what's going on with you?
What's happening, Rob?
Wait a minute. Tell you, get your mic together because we ain't got your mic.
We ain't got your mic.
No, not yet. Just to get.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just to get mouth moving.
Yeah.
we got you
All
now.
right. I'm
There
good,
you
but
go.
I'm
We
just
got you
blessed.
now.
All right. So how y'all doing?
Hey, we good, man. We
Hey, we good, man.
dealing with Tiffany Haddish. You know what I'm saying? The comedian and Aries, you know, when they did the thing.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and I was trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what was really going on with.
I'm sick of this. You know what? What time to you tomorrow? Wait.
oh man. Y'all funny, man.
But I was trying to figure the whole thing out. But hey, tell everybody about your book, where they can get it at, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring you back on here so we can really get into that book and meet some potato. But hey, it's a brilliant guy on here. Y'all need to doggone know right now that y'all are amongst greatness. He's a good man and a great author. And y'all need to get out here and get this book. Robert, tell them about it.
I appreciate it. So the title of the book is called Navigating Organizational Leadership. And so basically the book is about giving insight to making your division, your agency or organization run smoothly as much as possible. Just talk about different things such as the difference between management and leadership, SWOT analysis, SWOT, SOWT, which stands for Strength, Weakness, Opportunities, and Threats. The book is currently available in the United States, of course, on Amazon, on the Kindle, and soon to be available in Barnes & Noble. It's a great book. I've been getting some good reviews, a lot of phone calls about the book. And so I'm excited. I'm just looking forward to getting it out there even more.
So could I assume that the weakness of a lot of situations that you have experienced in your life was what pushed your hand to put this book out here, knowing that this knowledge was much needed?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. My chief cornerstone that I've often compared other leaderships to first started with my great-grandmother, Mary Adams, and her husband, Bert Adams. And just seeing and watching how they dealt with us as the family, the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and other people, and especially within the church. And so growing up, as you know, you and I, we served in the Navy. You know how that goes. You have your good leadership and your bad leadership. And for me, the continuance of that chief cornerstone was with my first commanding officer, executive officer, and command master chief, Dewan R. Bushy, which went on to become the master chief pit officer of the entire U.S. Navy. And so I've had some good fortune there. And of course, on the other side, I've witnessed some bad leadership as well. And so it pretty much drove me to this point to write the book. But not only there, I've witnessed the leadership within the church as well. And so that book that's in the making, Leadership Within the Church.
Oh yeah, now I can't wait to get that one going. Boy, that right there.
Let me. No, I'm taking a pause. I'm there because I think this is universal. Because one of the things that is going on is that church people still refuse to believe that church is a business. Okay, and the titles it becomes misleading and confusing. I think that's my question to you. across the board when it comes down to titles, because
Mhm.
we have a lot of people that want to work for and be known for their title and not their work or their work
Mhm.
performance or their work ethic. What is it about that component that you feel is a detriment or a hindrance to any company?
That is a great question. And so I'm going to start with the church, and then I'm going to transition on to the companies. So within the church, I've come to learn, even as a youngster coming up, a lot of people are hung up on titles, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so if one is not careful, that desire to have titles and be in position of authority or of impact, if you will, if you're not careful, it makes it relatively easy for the enemy to come in and drive a wedge in the church amongst the
Mm-hmm.
members. Because what it does is it creates, if you're not careful, what happens is it creates an unnecessary competition for that particular title. And what I find in the church is that a lot of people don't understand the body. Each body is
Mm-hmm.
made up of different components, but yet it operates as one. And so unless God himself chose you out of that set number or select number that was called, well, you're pretty much putting yourself in trouble and the people that you're having access to. Because it's not about
Mm-hmm.
a title, it's about the soul saving of mankind. Because there's a
Amen.
storm coming, and a strong leader must be appointed by the Father himself and get direction in order to assist these people to being where they need to be. Because we're living in perilous times.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in perilous times. And so we all should think about John, Jesus' cousin, when he leaped in his mother's womb because he was full of the Holy Spirit. John had a very important job to do. He was an announcer of one that he declared and stated, there's one that's coming after me that's preferred before me. Because John, it was necessary for John to have been born before Jesus because he was the announcer. And
Uh-huh.
so transitioning the titles over into companies, organizations, and agencies, well, if you as a CEO do not really understand leadership and management, you're prone to make
Mm-hmm.
the same mistakes as most people do. And that's put people in position of impact when they have not a clue of what management and leadership is. Just
Okay,
because
man.
you have, and I'm going to say this, and I'm sure I'm going to ruffle some feathers. Yes, sir.
No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Where my girl? Yeah, I had to. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And so I'm sure I'm going to ruffle some feathers by saying this. So when just because you have a master's degree, a doctorate, or PhD, well, you went to school and earned that degree. It's well noted and well respected. But are you the person for that position?
Ooh.
I've run into a few people that have PhDs and doctors and had to teach them. So it left me asking the question, who did your homework for you? Because when you're in the position of leadership, you're asking people to trust you. You ask them to
Right.
trust your vision.
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of times they make it about them when it's not about you. In the military, well, let me just say the Navy, what I was taught is that your people are your greatest asset.
Right.
And so it takes a special person to take people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, to make an
Yeah.
organization work. So the real question becomes, how do I allow these people to be their individual selves, bring them together collectively for the greater good of the company?
Mm-hmm.
As
Mm-hmm.
a
Be the
leader, if you
individual.
make it about you as a leader, that's right. And so as a
And,
leader, you can't make it about you because it's not about you, because you don't have all the
and that, you
answers.
know what,
And so on the doctoral
you know,
level, yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Now that you put it in that way, I never formulated.
Wait a
You
minute.
know
You
how we
all that's breaking up,
were.
Red.
We would just, you know what I'm saying? It was assess the situation, execute. no run of it, because we were about, you know what I'm saying, you assess the situation, you execute, and you conquer. You know what I'm saying? And it's now that you say it in that form, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I've downplayed myself on my leadership abilities, because I was able to do that with 50, 60 people and make something happen. You know what I'm saying? And not realizing, okay, yeah, but I was always a leader that I'm not going to ask you to stick your hand in the bucket that I won't stick my hand in.
Absolutely.
So I think maybe it's a characteristic thing. Like you said, it's not built on it. Like, you can have all the degrees of education in the world, but do you have the characteristics and the common sense to lead other people?
And the experience, honey.
Yeah.
You got to have some life experience somewhere. And you got to have life experience somewhere to where it shows and you have exemplified the qualities of what your type of leadership would be. Yeah.
Right. And see, Big Meech, I'm going to tell you.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Wait a minute. Well, you mentioned the church. Here's my take on the church, and I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have it, Robert. But my take on the church is, you can get a title all day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You really can't get it all day. You have to be chosen, you know what I'm saying? Really, you know, it's just a way to get that title. But at the end of the day, you have to be the best servant in the church, well, you know what I'm saying, the church, in order to be a great leader.
Right.
If you're not willing to serve, then you really don't have the tenacity to lead.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. As a leader, the real question becomes, as a leader, what are you willing to sacrifice?
Bam.
That's the real question. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because there's a cost associated with everything that we do. And so a wise leader would know, number one, there's this title that's called ontological humility. And so what ontological humility simply means is that you do not have a monopoly on the truth. That applies to the church. There's this thing that's also called, the opposite of that is called ontological arrogance, meaning that you think you have the monopoly on the truth and nobody else's truth matters. Well, that's a false narrative. And the reason why it's a false narrative, because if we consider the lenses that we look out of, well, if your lenses are dirty, your decision-making is going to be skewed at best. If your decision-making is skewed, you're impacting people that you have responsibility for.
Right.
Because there's actually a process or science, if you will, to decision-making. So you have to consider all the moving parts. This is why ongoing training is a necessity from start to finish. And here's a little known fact or realized fact. Management and leadership are not etched in stone. It has to evolve or innovate as human nature evolve and innovate. It have to. Because what worked yesterday may not work today. And so with teamwork, that's things called collaboration, harmonious or concert agreement to make it work. And so at times when I was in position of hiring, I was number 2 in the company. And I had a few leadership positions that I needed to fill. And so I would ask them, have you read the mission and vision statement of the company? Yeah, I read it. Tell me about it.
Right.
Tell me about it.
Okay.
When they start stuttering, not stuttering from a natural perspective, from a fearful perspective, but stuttering as in, I really didn't read it. You caught me, that aha moment or that deer caught in the headlight look, right? And so I would listen to them struggle and I let them run with it in hopes that they would turn the corner, but they never did. So I didn't hire them because I didn't hire you to not understand the vision and mission statement. Then that tells me you're going to come in and try to run it your way as opposed to supporting the mission and vision statement of the company. That has to be your foundation before you start establishing a framework to how you're going to deal with people. And And if you consider emotional intelligence, we all have it. And when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with not only your own emotional intelligence, but you're dealing with theirs too. Everybody can't do that.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
Make
Exactly.
sense?
We're gonna have to.
Everybody can't do that.
We're gonna have to bring you on here and bring that book back to us, and but I think we're gonna have a little book reading club and make sure we're up to par on it before we share it with the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost done, Meech. So I'm gonna have to send you a link.
Yes, please do, because this here, I got to break this down, because I want to see some key points in that, because in dealing with nonprofits and carrying on, a lot of people don't really understand the investment in nonprofit organizations, because even though it is still a company, a lot of people don't understand the how thankless nonprofit work can be, because of the work. It's nonprofit. The money raised or whatever, at the end of our fiscal year, honey, we have to be as close to zero balance as possible, so that we don't show that we have a profit. And people don't get that. They don't understand how that particular thing works. So when we're talking about leadership, when we're talking about organization, now, there's company organization and personal organization that has to be taken into account. And I want to see how you address that in the book. Because I know company-wise, I'm good. Personally, I'm horrible. So trying to marry those two,
Okay.
and things, and then also understanding how to be dynamic as an employee without usurping everybody else. Because I know I'm fabulous for that, because it wanted to be not wanted to be overzealous. I'm a zealous person, but sometimes I become overzealous because I don't think people are working fast enough or whatever, or things should be done. And I'm like, okay, I can see the vision, so I go do it, or whatever. And then because you see that I can do it, there's no discussion. Now you expected me to do it, and so we have that and then when I do it,
Right.
Then the team or the supervisor gets upset because now I'm on your toes. So I just need to see how,
Right.
if that's approached in the book, as far as the balance and all of that. So this is going to be a wonderful read.
Meech, you got to remember that comes from the craft that we educated about.
Sure.
We got that degree. You know what I'm saying? Once we passed all that stuff, learning how to be directors and all that stuff right there,
right?
It's hard not to apply it to your professional life,
right? Exactly.
Because you don't understand. You're walking through. To us, after you graduate, because they don't understand what you go through when you go to media production. When you get that degree, when you're done, everything you look at from that point on is from a perspective.
From a production perspective. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You look at it. You walk in the office and you're working there 10 years, but all of a sudden you see everything that you were totally overlooked.
Right.
You can't even watch a movie without knowing where they made a mistake at.
Right. Go ahead, right.
And it's the same way when I deal with managers and leaders. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And so I want to circle back around to what you said about the difference between, you're good at your professionalism, but at home. So I guarantee you the book will answer 99.9% of everything that you want to know in terms, and it's transitional. You can use it at home and you can use it at work. The book was written for the executives, mid-level, and the most junior. It's easy. It's an easy read and easy to understand. I didn't want to put all those lofty words in there and make it out of reach, because everybody don't think like that. And so I had to take all of that under consideration. And so in my writing, I use this we say poet. Well, poets actually mean something. P is for the purpose. What was my purpose for writing this book? What am I trying to say? O is organization. How am I organizing what I'm trying to say? Right? E, I back it up with evidence. What is my evidence and what I'm saying? T, I'm looking, you gotta look at the tone. And then there's the structure. Poets. That's what that stands for. And so the backdrop, what happens in the organization and at home, and I'm gonna say this, and because I don't want to say too much, reveal too much about the book just yet. The backdrop, we are everybody, just about everybody that's walking and breathing and living, know the tragic story of the Titanic. And so I use navigational tools such as the telescope, which expands your vision, the wheel and the rod, the chain, of course, the flexibility of it, the purpose of it. And then I go on and talk about other things, and even it talks about communication. And so if you think about the Titanic, how did they end in such a tragic fashion? There was no communication. They spotted the danger too late. What they didn't see is what was underneath the surface. That's what impelled or impacted the watertight integrity of the ship. The ship is a type of organization. And so these things happen to an organization when you don't have key things in place and there's no teamwork or true, honest collaboration. Everybody was doing their own thing, and they made a crucial mistake when they stated, not even God himself can sink the Titanic.
Oh.
And they missed that one crucial piece, because what you see on top of the water is the iceberg. That's just the tip of it. But what they don't see was far reaching down underneath the surface. Hence, how are you leading, or how to lead what's underneath the surface? And we all represent icebergs.
Okay, that's cute.
And that's just
we all
the
represent icebergs.
Right. Now, you know what? Let me do this, because we don't want to give away the book yet. I promise y'all, honey, we're going to have a book study here. Once I get into this book, child, if y'all have been with me when I talk about authors and we get to breaking down books, because, baby, now y'all know I will get a highlighter, honey, and we will pick out some points. But let me have some fun with you and tease the children a little bit, because one of the sections that I wanted to ask, and I think this is a cute segue, is in order to be an effective leader, Red said, one has to always be a servant. But here's the other thing too. We have to make sure that training is in process, right? The question I'm posing, do children get allowances anymore?
No, they're only allowed to do what they want to do because they have entitlement.
The reason why I posed that question, it came to me one day, we were talking at work somewhere. And I'm like, do children get allowances? Because one of the things that was establishing was that this is a work ethic. If you did what your chores were, by the end of the week, or however the parent got paid, or parents, if you're a 2-parent household, when it was payday, you got your allowance, right? However, if you did not do your chores or whatever on any particular day, there was a deduction. You didn't work that day. Okay, you don't get the full amount. You get this. And so I lean into that question, because those of y'all who are in the comments, put it down there. Do y'all still get allowances? Have y'all heard about kids getting allowances? Or have we become so stuck on just giving our kids everything to where an allowance is redundant or an oxymoron?
Okay, stop. I'm so these generations are so misled that first and foremost, allowances are earned.
Right.
These boys ain't trying to wash the dish. They ain't trying to doggone people floor. They not trying to wipe a window. They don't even want to take out their own trash from the plate they just ate off of. So what? So the only allowance that's going around with these generations that are walking the earth right now is we are allowing them to still be alive. Because if our parents was raised them, they'd be dead already.
Right. Okay. That part. Oh. Listen,
So can I
Robert, what's your
slide in and
take
say
on that?
something?
Yeah, what's your take?
So I agree with my brother here, Big Red. I agree with him, but I'm going to expand that a little, if you will.
Go ahead.
Every household cannot afford to pay allowances. So does that mean
Right.
the jobs stop? They stop learning the importance of being responsible? Because think, like I said, everybody can't afford to pay allowances. So here's what you're getting in return by doing your chores. You're not paying any bills. You don't have to get up and go to work anywhere. You don't have to punch anybody's clock. You're eating for free. You go in the bathroom. You're flushing the toilet. You're drinking Kool-Aid. You're not buying your own toilet paper. You're not buying your own toothbrush. You're not buying your own toothpaste. You want me to keep going? You're not assisting with the grocery bill, the light bill.
Come on, 'cause he
Those
had
are the
15.
allowances that you're getting.
He had
Because,
15.
huh?
He had 15.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But yeah. But
So,
again, that establishes the work ethic because for those who couldn't afford allowances, because that was us at one point. My mother wasn't able to work anymore and was on federal assistance and carrying on. We didn't get allowances like that. It stopped from being weekly, then it became monthly.
right.
Then it became okay, whatever happens. But there was a consequence.
Right.
See, the consequence was if we didn't do the dishes, that by the time we too old for whoopings, that would be effective. That is. Then it became okay. The phone bill don't get paid. My mother was fabulous for turning the phone off in the summertime. Fabulous for it. Okay.
Right.
Woo!
That's
But she
another.
thought that was gonna stop me. I would go to the.
They got a sense of entitlement to a cell phone. You ain't got no job.
Right. Right. And so,
Yeah.
and then
Let me tell you something. I know in the Navy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: you can't come in and do what the chief do because you ain't earned that position yet. You got to earn your way.
Thank you.
I heard that, and just because
you have to earn your way, whether it's monetary involved or not.
Yeah. Okay. And you bet not bring one in here. How about that? I may not have paid for it, but damn it, you better not bring one in here.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said you better not have it. No.
That's right.
That's a whole nother topic. Oh, that's a whole nother topic, Jesus. Wait a minute.
Hey, I got one for you. I ate fast food all this week, so why do I have to wash the dishes?
No, that wouldn't work. I'm sorry. Let me say this. Let me tell you what helped me, what made me successful. When I was raising my children, my two sons and my one daughter, let me tell you something. We had the time of our lives. It didn't require me to pay them anything every time I got paid. I spent time with them. I put time in with them. In fact, I wish they was here because they would tell you themselves. I tell them all the time, you were with me before you was with your mother.
Right.
Yep.
I'm intimately involved with my children. And all three are adults now. And I'm still intimately involved with my children. When I talk to them, there's never a time that I get off the phone without saying, I love you. But see, I established that with them when they were coming up, when they was in those years when they were absorbing everything. So I knew the work ethic I needed to teach them, something that surpasses the monetary. I'm not saying paying your children a monthly allowance or a weekly allowance or bi-weekly allowance is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if you manage it correctly. But what if you can't or cannot afford that? You still got to teach them. You still have to teach. So there's something that's far more valuable than the money.
Okay.
Than the money. And so, but I get it. Everybody don't.
Are you cool as a father, Robert, right? As a father, you cool with the fist bump and what's up, my nigga? Like your son talking to you.
Oh no, absolutely not. My baby boy is 35. You couldn't pay him enough money to come to me like that.
Like,
my oldest boy is 38.
I'm saying,
my
but why
daughter's 36.
Well, why he can't come in the door and be like, "Hey, Robert, let me holler at you for a minute."
Oh,
Well, because he's not my equal.
how about
He'll
that?
never be my equal. I'm his father. He's not mine.
I'm
That's a
just
huge
wondering because
difference.
today,
And
these parents are allowing that.
Yes, God.
because they're trying to be friends with them. Because they're busy trying to be friends with you. Can't be friends with them and parent them at the same time.
Say it now. Come on now, the children. Okay, the peoples
You
up
can't.
in here.
You can't be friends and be their parent at the same time. You can't.
I mean, that sounds like Iwo Jima. Come on.
Okay. No, and
I mean,
okay.
listen. I get it. I get it. You know, you want your kid, but if you do the right thing, your influence will remain. You never finish parenting. It just changes as time change. You never stop
Exactly.
parenting. You never stop parenting. You never stop parenting. I just didn't take fatherhood and lord over my children like I'm their Lord and Savior, because I'm not. I'm their father. I'm their earthly father.
That's it.
And I put my time in. So when I speak in my old age, it still carries weight. And guess what?
Should.
They won't bring shame to you.
Say that.
So
Say that. Well,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to this book so that we can get up here and break this girl down. Because trust truly,
Yes,
oh,
sir.
yeah.
I tell you, it's gonna be on and popping.
It's a great read. It's a great read so far.
All right.
And it's also a great tool.
Well, I look forward to it.
Because when I say a great tool, I feel like a lot of business management courses, collegiate courses, should use it as a textbook.
Oh wow, okay.
So
And that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for.
That's a big thing for me. That needs to be on the list of these colleges books. You know what I'm saying? These accredited colleges that have the actual managerial, certifications, and the ones that are doing the bachelor degrees and business management, operation managers, all that. This book needs to be in there.
Okay.
Well,
all right then. All right then. Well, Mr. Robert Johnson, author. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about the book. Tell everybody where they can find it so that we can get them on board with us. So, yeah.
Sure. And so it's available. It's available on Amazon.com. Type in the search bar, navigating organizational leadership, and it'll pull up. It has a set. You'll appreciate the image of it. It has a blue background with an iceberg in the background, and there's a hand that's outstretched over the book, the organization that is, basically saying who's controlling the organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's right.
Within
are
3
you in charge
weeks,
of the girls?
maybe.
Huh? Are you in charge of the girls, Big Meat?
I am in charge of the girls.
Okay.
You so damn dumb.
So let me put this out here right quick. So I just got finished doing the required paperwork for Barnes and Noble, and so the book is going to be available on the Nook as well as the Kindle, and it's only a matter of time before it's available hardback, softback, and Barnes and Noble.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the book is also currently it's available in Canada, Germany, UK, Brazil, and Japan. And I'm just getting started.
Well, all righty then.
Mic drop.
Okay. Yes, God.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, okay. That there is how we're going to close this out, child. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I went over all of my topics. Hold on. Yeah, I did. Oh, shut up. Okay, I got through all the topics.
Well, good job, Demetrius.
Okay. Usually I usually miss one or something, but that there was real cute. Okay, so lovely. Goody. So, having said all that, ladies and gentlemen, my darlings, listen to me very carefully. We are about to embark on another 7 days. 6 of them are going to mark the end of September. Next week, Saturday, marks October 1st, 2022.
Libra season. We in the building.
And it's also the last quarter of the year. 2022 is up out of here, children. Okay.
Time to spend that money that he was talking.
It is time for us to get ready to move into your 2023. And I'm going to challenge all of you to ask yourself, what is it that you want to do differently this year? Now, I know every year I don't want to hear about no New Year's resolutions, and because I don't want to hear no resolutions. Okay. What I want you guys to do is your homework assignment. Your homework assignment is start to think about what your mission statement for 2023 is going to be. You are an entity, you are a corporation, you are a business, okay? Or maybe the year is the business. Maybe 2023 is the corporation. That's the business. But as you are the CEO of it. So what is it that you want to see this business to do? What is your vision or your mission statement for your business for 2023? What do you want 2023 to look like? What should it focus on? What should it do for you? And then what are you going to do for it? Okay. Okay. Is that what you got?
That's what I got.
Setting Black communities free in 2023.
Woo!
Okay,
Watch
is that what you got?
Watch out now.
Setting Black communities free in 2023. Okay.
I don't
So
care how rich,
that's
I don't care how knowledgeable we get or how rich we get as a people, we still have never been free.
yeah. Okay, you know what? That's a whole seminar.
That's right.
That's more than us. We had to break that down into a seminar. And what it is, and I don't want all the power to the people, children in it. God help me. Okay. All right. And because y'all get on my goddamn nerves. How you power to the people, children get on my nerves because sometimes y'all too black to be black. Okay. You know what I mean? You too black to be damn black. And it's like, okay, look, shit. Okay, we get it, but now we got to move beyond that so that we can sit down here and do what you claim we supposed to be doing.
I'm blacker than black. I'm blacker than black.
Okay, yeah, that's cute. That's cute to say and all, but what the hell does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Because okay, here we go.
Hey,
we're gonna let this go. But here we are. We're coming up on an election season. For those of y'all who are here in Georgia, y'all know what the stakes are. Okay, y'all know what the stakes are. Now, are we doing steak-um sandwiches or are we doing porterhouse? Okay, y'all know what y'all want to put on this damn grill. Right now, the blackity black children, I don't even know what we have got together to supposedly have a black agenda, to know what we want to do with ourselves as a community and as a collective. We haven't even nobody has gotten out the shovels, the rakes, the damn hoes, the all of the cleaning supplies in order to do our internalized cleaning. Because y'all know we are a mess internally. Yeah. We have not done that. All we've done is bitch moan and complain about what's going on. We have not put anything practical together that's going to be of substance. So that's the time I can't have the power to the people, children, all in conglomerate numbers and in these particular sessions, because damn it, Remember back in the 80s when everybody wanted to become a Farrakhanite, and everybody was walking around with their damn beanies on, with their crowns on, and assalamu alaikum, my brother, and everything that came out their mouth, honey, sounded good, but it was surface shit. It didn't have no substance. The black man is superior to the white man, and the white man knows this, my brother. You see what I'm saying?
You all have to know when you're talking to those white devils. And when I
we have got to get on that. So that's just a little tidbit, because I can get on this, and it would piss black folks off, because they would look at me and say, "Oh, but you gay, and you just gonna fight for the LGBT," because I'm sick of them motherfuckers too. Because what it is,
okay, it's okay. You gay, and y'all got the rainbow.
Okay,
Take all the colors of the rainbow and mix them together. It turn black.
ain't got no choice. What else you gonna do?
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Okay, but it's okay. Even gay, black, it's the same thing. Licorice is a candy. It's black, right? It's sweet, right? Okay, don't worry about it.
But don't nobody like the black licorice or the black jelly beans, honey. I love them, honey. Oh my God, I love them.
I know who do.
Where is it? Where is it? Okay.
Oh man.
I can't spray the computer, honey, because it's tear up my screen.
Oh God.
Okay. But oh dear God, honey, I just wish, when we have these kinds of discussions and these kinds of conversations, we have to come to a meeting of the minds, and then on top of it, we have to be practical and not emotional. A lot of us are emotionally driven, which is not a bad thing, but baby, if your emotion don't have no substance, this is how we get round robin, and then we get off track, we get off subject, because now what's supposed to be like how we gonna move the country forward becomes how you talking about your deadbeat man, honey, who got so-and-so pregnant. Or how this sister or this bitch or this hoe sit up there and poke the hole in the condom, and now you got to pay for an abortion because you didn't want to have no baby with her, but you made the choice to lay down with her. Okay? So we get nowhere because we start to deal with these incidental problems. Okay? Right. You dumb, and you dumb again. Okay? Okay. So this is why when we have these particular discussions, children, that we have to make sure that we're going to be honest, and that we're having conversation to move the needle forward. If the gas thing is over here and it's still on E after we get through talking, then what was the purpose?
I mean, you're still a nigga.
We're full, honey, because otherwise we can't move.
Well,
it's gonna be.
Let me throw a little logic in here, if you will. Let me throw it just real simple, right? So let's say I give you 2 glasses of water full, right? I give you 2 glasses of water full, and I consume half of one, right? I consume half of one. Actually, let me rephrase it. I give you half a glass of water and give you a full glass of water. The full glass, I consume half of it. Here's the logic. So the question becomes, and I've asked a lot of people that I've interviewed this question: what's the difference if I consume half of it and made it equal parts to the one that's half full? What's the difference? Because there is a difference. The common question, the common response is, well, they're the same. No, they're not. The difference is the one that I consumed half of is half empty. Because it was once originally full.
Because it was once full. It was half.
The other one is half full.
The other one's half full. Right.
That's right. So that goes back to those lenses. Why it's important to clean your lenses when you look at something, because it's all in how you look at it and how you perceive it is going to determine your response when you speak. So there's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a human function.
Right.
You're subject to lose that at any time. Yes, sir. I see you. I see you, brother. Listening requires an action. And a lot of times people miss that. they miss it.
Exactly.
They miss it.
Exactly.
Third eye.
Okay. That's my sister, Miss TC, honey. Hey, girl. Okay. So yeah. So that there, it requires a lot of this, a lot of discussion, and we can do this. You know, I've been on this planet for 52 years, and every time we get here, I'm hearing the same stuff that hell the Black Panthers were saying. But the difference is, back when they said it when I was a kid, we had action behind it. There was actual things in progress that we were moving towards the goal and moving towards the mark. When the drugs and stuff came into our communities and all of that, y'all know all the other isms that came to tear us down. That's when we stopped thriving as a community, and we became very individualized. Okay, and in our individualism, we lost our sense of community, and now we jealous of the Latinos because they still have it. You know, they still have their sense of community. They know how to stack their money. They still know how to work together. The lie that we tell ourselves is that we can't work with each other. We do it all the damn time. Y'all know how to go to the game. Y'all know how to go get your hair done. Y'all know how to roll up on somebody. Y'all know how to go get it. Y'all know how to roll a blunt. Y'all know how to puff pass. Y'all know what the hell to do. Okay, that's a lie. You just got to prioritize it. What's important to us as a community? Okay, not just individualized, but as a community. We were talking about, okay, the difference between future and legacy. Okay, how will we ever have a legacy if we have no future as a community?
That's right.
Okay, so that there is that. I'm not gonna preach, child. I ain't gonna preach no more. Okay. Okay. No, you're not. No, you're not. Damn it. Shit. Okay, no, I got this food to send me a private note. I'm like, oh, that's a new topic for a new show. Ain't that I said that 3 topics ago?
Well, God damn it.
Shit. Let me end this. I'm trying to get you children to go home so I can get back. Again, movie review. Y'all go check out the new Tyler Perry movie on Netflix. I'm telling y'all, we haven't done nothing like that from him in a long time.
What's the name of the movie?
JAZZMAN'S Blues.
Okay, I was making sure because everybody didn't know that.
Okay, JAZZMAN'S Blues, honey. That's yeah. And I think one of the things about that movie which makes it different is the fact that he said in interviews he sat on this for a long time because he couldn't get it done. So that means he had time to develop this script. Okay. As opposed to all his other stuff, because all the other stuff is rushed because he's so busy writing, and got a movie coming out and this, that, and the other. So we know his formula. This one here, he had to take time to develop this. Okay. And you can tell the difference that he still got his Tylerisms in it. But this is a little bit more developed and seasoned. This is a really good piece. Okay.
Well, I got a movie that what I'm coming out with is more. It's probably gonna have to be on cable because it's a little raunchy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of it's almost like a soft. But it's got a storyline, you know what I'm saying? And the storyline got different people in it, like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and all that. And it's like, y'all, what I'm saying? Because it's a story about a bunch of big girls and they all become lesbians, and it's called, they try and lose weight, and it's called caloric coochie. And it's so
and I sat here to get, you know what, I'm gonna beat your ass for real. Cause I sat here listening to this setup, thinking that it's real this time. Okay, right. Tell her, Princess. What? Right. Good night, Red. Okay. Listen.
Don't do me like that, shipmate. Princess, where you go? Shipmate, don't do me like that.
Wait, no. And then she put it in all caps.
Hey.
Wow.
The other thing, I'm finna go try to watch a couple more episodes of it. The new it's 10 parts. It's 10 parts of this series. That's what it was, the series. About Jeffrey Dahmer. It's called Dahmer. It's up on Netflix. I'm on episode 4 right now. This is not for the faint of heart. Okay? This is not for the faint of heart. And what we're doing in this, they're telling this from like a neighbor's point of view, but we also getting a somewhat of a backstory on Jeffrey. Like, y'all know he died, he was killed in prison and carrying on and blah, blah, blah. Ryan Murphy and them have recreated some stuff that I think will ring true. Y'all know this is based on a lot of true story and things of that nature. I'm on episode 4, and wow, this is not for the faint of heart. So if you're not ready, honey, I'm not gonna recommend that one for those who don't like it.
What are you eating? Butt sandwiches or something? What are you doing? Like?
I ain't got to that part yet, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, thighs and wings.
No, he like hearts and livers, honey, right now.
Oh.
No, girl, move, girl. Okay. Everybody love to be a part of this damn show, child. I tell you, we got to go live.
I'm the secretary.
Shut up. I don't got no damn secretary. Bitch, still move. Okay.
You know, you the secretary? Oh, okay. Meech, I thought you...
No, I do not entertain that.
You in charge of the girls?
No, I'm in charge of the girls. Shit. Okay.
No, I'm in charge of the girls.
That nigga need to be in charge of them hairdos.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Go on and take care of your business, girl.
Lord,
no, you did.
What? That's crazy.
Anyway. Anywho, that there is that. So yeah, so those are my two little things right now. I got an event tomorrow. I got to make salad for and carry on, child. I know went and bought all of the ingredients.
That's right. Go toss that salad. I'm finna go to bed.
Watch out now. We're gonna do that in the morning.
Oh,
okay.
Man. Well, you a fool, man.
Because it comes with bird on top of it, honey. You know, I put the bird in the salad. Anyway. Anywho, listen, we thank all of y'all for coming here with us, child. Okay, for coming in and loving on us the way that you do, honey. If you love us like you're showing us that you do on every platform that you see us on, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're on Instagram, but not streaming this. We're on LinkedIn and carrying on, Twitter. And they follow, like, subscribe, honey, on all of the platforms and things of that nature. That's if you love us. Tell all your family, your friends to come on in, like, subscribe, share, hit the little button on YouTube and there, so you know when we ding and carrying on, you get little alerts. But if you hate us, think that I'm crazy, think that Red talking too much or whatever the case may be, and you ready to neck roll and finger snap, you could tell all your motherfucking enemies to like, subscribe, share, to come on in, honey, and to do what we gonna do. You understand? Because one of the things that I want you guys to understand thoroughly, is that everything that we're doing over here at 3 the Hard Way, the syndicate, because we are a syndicate, okay? Everything that we're doing, honey, in any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, will move forward. You understand? Now, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darling. with Big Meech and the big guy ally up there, honey, Big Red, also known as Minister Lavelle Hayes, and to our special guest, honey, Author Robert Johnson up in here, honey, with Navigating Organizational Leadership, child. Okay. Y'all go get the book.
All right.
When we bring it back, child, we're gonna dissect this book. Now, y'all know, honey, and as you can tell, we ain't gonna pull no punches neither. So we're gonna dissect this book and carrying on. So on that particular note, wait a minute, I got the family. Okay, see, you know, God humbles me. I ain't ready to do my little thing. Here we go. Hold on, I got to get my outro ready. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go get into this Dharma thing and all of that. And we are going to let you guys go. It is still, well, you got a few minutes before the witching hour. So if you're going to beat your face and put on some glad rags to go out on this Saturday evening, honey, please be careful, honey. Do not drive drunk or high or lit. Okay? They got Uber stuff for a reason, baby. Okay? And besides, you don't want to pay for parking no way, honey. Shit. Let somebody else drive. Okay. So on that note, my darlings, whew, breathe, bitch. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. Scene.
Oh man.
Robert, stay right there.